Everybody wants to be somebody. A man needs someone he can work his hand to earn himself a piece of life and living, to learn himself some dreams and some plans.
This is the Amids Story, a story about people who need people. And this is the story about people who care about people. Every morning, the sun comes up for all of us, but our worlds are very different.
Everybody wants to be somebody, to have someone to know if he is there. A hand to that when life gets out of focus, someone to set people, someone to share.
The sun that lights this world also shines on this world, but somehow that sun doesn't seem as bright. The sharp edges are sharper, and the misery cuts deeper, and the restlessness is a wind blowing along the street. Poverty's yesterdays and tomorrows are all alike. Life and the world get out of focus. Where do people like Joe Santos, disadvantaged, aliens, dropouts, where do these people go when they don't know who they are or who they can ever be? A skills training program at a Manpower Skills Center may offer the help Joe desperately needs, a skill he can learn to get a job he can keep. But Joe is scared. Will someone else shake his head no? Is there another failure waiting? Will he be pushed from one person to another, knowing with a sick feeling that nobody cares, really? They're just putting in their time at a job. He's been that route before. Joe has won this battle, but there will be many more. Many people crippled by circumstances will find their way here. Unless they find sensitive concern, it may be their last stop. Dedicated people teachers in dynamic manpower training programs can break the vicious circle of repeated failures. Here at Washington Technical Institute, Washington, D.C., is one of the 5 national Amids centers, Area Manpower Institutes for Development of Staff. Amids teaches manpower staff to be people who care about people. Manpower teachers come to Amids from everywhere. They come to share and to stretch their thinking and their perception of what it's like to be a have-not. Teaching techniques vary, but Amids' goals are always the same: to help manpower teachers and staff to be specialists in sensitivity. Brainstorming, nonverbal communication, and turnabout conferences give the Amids participant a new look at the importance of helping his student perceive his own self-worth. Manpower teachers must know that their work is not only to help a person learn to earn a living, but to help him learn to live. staff spends many long hours designing and redesigning curriculum that will fit the real world. The class schedule is updated again and again. Resources are gathered into an instructional resources center to be shared with every teacher. And the staff pounds and pushes and stretches and cuts the discussion topics and the lesson blocks to make every Amids training day pertinent in depth to the reality of the business of teaching trainees. Every day of training must count for manpower teachers because every day of training must count for their students. What assistance must lie behind manpower doors? Friendly faces, someone to help you locate other community services such as welfare and legal aid. What if you don't speak any English? Or what if you've never had all of anybody's attention in your whole life, ever? It's important for people to have a choice. What do they want to do? What will they do well? What jobs can expand into other jobs? We cannot afford to wait. We must speak to the needs of the undereducated now. Basic education skills must be interwoven with work skills, and self-respect grows. We can change attitudes when we provide the climate where people will want to change. People are willing to involve themselves in difficult situations and problems, but often we underestimate their capacity for growth. There are no poor students, only unmotivated students. There are no poor teachers, only unawakened teachers. This unusual stock market clerk program at the Newark Center is meeting a specific community need as manpower programs can and should. The team teaching concept is used to cover the 6 basic areas of the stock market clerk's world. Women had never functioned in this field until this particular program was initiated. The one-to-one relationship is a vital part of manpower teaching. Bill Moore was a trainee who was never going to come back, but somebody cared a great deal. Now, he is an assistant instructor. Stella Kinsey is another assistant instructor who began as a trainee. Absenteeism makes a person unemployable. Teachers must care why the student is missing from class. Are there needs for other supportive services for the trainee or his family? Every manpower teacher must know where to get the help his students may need outside the classroom. Joe is learning a skill to get a job he can keep. The Skills Center has found a job for him where he can push up the career ladder. This job will be waiting for him when he finishes his training. Maybe soon he can get his family out of overcrowded, noisy public housing. Maybe soon he can move into a house with a garden and buy his wife something pretty. Joe's whole world can change because people cared enough. Manpower teachers are a special breed who know that helping a person to help himself is the most important contribution one individual can make to another. Teaching is really understanding the process of response. And Joe will tell others that in manpower training, they not only tell it like it is, but like it ought to be.
A man has got a need to be what he is, not what somebody thinks that he should be. To have himself or something he believes in, or something he can do that says, I'm free.